Until now, Morocco had still felt connected to the world we knew. Civilization never felt very far away, but today, that would begin to disappear. The route led further east into some of the most remote parts of the country. Fewer villages, fewer people, and increasingly more empty space between one point and the next. I remember waking up that morning feeling excited, not because I knew what lay ahead, but because I didn't. For the first time, this adventure was starting to write its own story.
Good morning, everybody. Beautiful sunrise. It just feels so good to have slept. I'm somewhere in some town. Was it just waking up? Good morning. How's Benny doing?
It was becoming increasingly obvious that the desert had a way of, exposing every vehicle differently.
We've been having slight concerns, as I mentioned before, about the temperature on the W124. So, we've got the relay, the electric fan, and it's blowing as much as it can. But look at the size of the radiator. It's literally 33 by 33.
I'd wired a simple bypass switch into the system so that I can toggle switch the magnetic fan clutch from inside the cabin.
The suspension travel's been worth gold. He doesn't like me saying that, huh? Keep that picture in your head, and now look at this.
We just had a few centimeters of additional ride height, yet underneath the cars, that meant an entirely different world. The roads initially looked harmless, wide, fast, flowing, but before long, they became narrower, deeper, and twistier. The sort of roads that constantly ask questions of your suspension. For us, they were simply enjoyable, but for others, they were becoming increasingly expensive. There's something incredibly special about reaching a place where you just feeling slightly uncomfortable. Not overwhelmed and not defeated, you're just beyond the familiar. Because that's usually where the growth quietly begins. Comfort keeps us safe, adventure changes us. One thing I never expected was butterflies. Millions and millions of them. Recent rainfall had transformed parts of the landscape into ribbons of unexpected green, and the butterflies seemed to own this place. The vegetation even provided a surprisingly practical benefit. Every bush brushing underneath the Mercedes became a free underbody wash, at least for us. By now, Jacob's front dampers were history, yet somehow his BMW continued astonishing us. Every time we thought, no way, then it simply kept going. Until it didn't.
What happened?
We have a little problem with it's too much lack of speed.
I think brakes. Gerade, gerade, gerade. Gerade. Mehr nach rechts, ja, ja. Nice. With a little bit of speed, even though we don't have the tires deflated, we should be good. I think it was really just the speed. That BMW is so freaking capable. Yeah. 4matic. Give a man a hand.
Wait.
Half the desert's falling out there.
The desert was beginning to challenge everyone. Even Klaus's 911 Carrera 4 had given up driving the front wheels.
Is this Allrad?
Ja.
You having fun?
Live.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
very much.
There we go. Es ist ein Allrad.
Ja, das schon.
It didn't matter what badge sat on the bonnet. Out here, the desert treated everyone equally. Eventually, we found ourselves inside a dried up riverbed. The only problem was that it didn't really go anywhere. We'd reached a dead end. Trying to climb back out over one of the riverbanks seemed perfectly reasonable until it wasn't. We eventually managed to escape the soft sand. By then, it made sense for Jacob and Benny to head directly towards the overnight stop and to give the BMW some much-needed attention. Marcus and I continued with the rest of the group. Only there was one small problem.
Rechts.
None of us really knew where we were going. The tracks we'd been following simply stopped.
Ja, geradeaus.
Roads dissolved into rocks, riverbeds, and instinct. Everyone picked their own line, searching for the smoothest route through terrain that kind of offered none at all. Eventually, tracks slowly started beginning to appear again. The hills opened up, the valleys widened, until suddenly there was almost nothing. Just horizon, sky, dust, and a convoy of old cars crossing a landscape that seemed to have no beginning or no end. There was something strangely beautiful about watching everyone stop together out there. Just a handful of people and their cars sharing a place very few people would ever experience. It almost didn't feel real, like we kind of accidentally woke up in our own dream.
Freaking best time of my life. Ridiculous.
If today taught me anything,
Ons kan nie stop nie.
it's that difficult stretches don't last forever, whether they're in a rally or whether they are in life. The landscape is constantly changing. Keep your heart in the present and your eyes on the horizon. And don't forget, life is wonderfully short, so enjoy every kilometer of it.